Dobrodošli, everybody. That means welcome, by the way. It
Hello.
is the Eurovision fam
Oh,
stream.
it
We are
does
back, you
it
guys.
being welcome.
Wait, what?
Sorry,
It doesn't?
did I drop again? I feel like I'm like my Wi-Fi's being weird. Hello, welcome to the stream, everyone. As I live those stuff, and I'm joined by
Shortcake
our
aka
wonderful Jordan
Jordan.
here, and welcome a jam-packed week this week. I went a little Midwestern there for a second on the accent. I apologize.
Mhm.
Talk about have a bag, our top.
Bag.
The vowel sounds for that bag, bagel. I don't know. Pop. I don't have a
Hat.
pop near me though, so I can't grab one. I have a candle that looks like a pop.
I do
Pop.
not.
Oh, yeah. Hello. Sorry. Making fun of Midwestern people. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about this week.
Mhm.
Because it was like really busy. Like it's like everything
Yeah.
suddenly picked up. I'm trying to adjust my camera. I apologize. There we go. That's much better. Okay, so yeah, we just kind of like a lot of stuff happened this week, and we've had to catch up. So
hmm
yeah.
with that said, let's
So
jump
I
right
guess I
in.
mean we didn't really have any site articles.
No, not this week.
Yeah.
But one
We
thing
got our
can
final list of
38. Yeah, we have the 38 countries, everybody. And joining the lineup still is Montenegro. Did we talk about all that transpired, or has that happened within the week since we started talking about no one's win last time? Because
Okay, so no, we did talk about this last week.
we did. We did talk about this last week. Okay.
Yeah. See,
Okay.
I'm lagging, I'm telling you. Am I
hmm
lagging really bad for you?
No, you're actually not lagging a ton bad, but I want to say it's
I
probably
am.
like less than a
All right, I'm gonna
second of latency. I could hold it down if you need to readjust.
yeah, I'm gonna pop out, pop right back in.
Okay.
Sorry guys.
So I'm handling the tables for the moment. Hi, you guys. So yeah, as Lily said, we received the list of 38 countries. Montenegro is back among them, and I don't remember who is not returning, but I will get back onto that by the time Lily gets back. Just so to just move on briefly from that for now, we have our artist for Czechia, you guys. So Adonis, I from what I understand, someone in the chat had already left a comment before the stream even started about the fact that Adonis has been selected for Czechia. Adonis is very familiar to the television performance kind of or like a television articulated performance, and his voice is it has like a nice deep growl to it. He has a very interesting artistic style. He's a queer person, and he's also, I believe, one of the biggest stars to come out of the I believe Slovakian music scene. um, I personally don't think I've heard a ton of Adonis's music, but I know he has a lot of heat behind him. So it would be kind of exciting to see how they would gear this entry to make it seem different than than what they had previously, which was, oh wait, who was Czechia last year? Oh no, I shouldn't be forgetting this. But so leading into this year, they kind of had this trajectory with Vesna going into Lily helped me because I just forgot who was Czechia last year, and I'm trying to use that as kind of like a jumping point for Adonis. Who was that? Because I'm really mad at myself right
Hello,
now.
I'm back. I'm so sorry. Oh,
Welcome back.
it was Aiko. Like
Oh
number
my
two
God,
most
how
played
could I
song
forget
on my
that?
Spotify Wrapped
Oh
list.
no. Yeah, Aiko. Aiko was the last person,
Yeah.
and that was from Vesna. So Adonis coming off of that, I have a feeling that they are just getting bolder and trying to take a bigger risk with every successive year. But I've also told them that I haven't heard a ton of his music, so I am not quite provided exactly with a baseline for how I feel about his artistic style, but then again, that is going to have to differ by the time we get to the Eurovision song. We have a comment, don't we?
Okay, so yeah, we do. I'm sorry. I'm like kind of trying to catch up because I still feel like I'm lagging, but we're gonna just roll with it. I
Mhm.
can't make it not lag. So Peter, hi. I know because you're the first person I thought of when I saw
Mhm.
Adonis's name get popped up, which is a comment from Peter. How did you say? Today we are talking about how my favorite Slovak artist is going to Eurovision. Hashtag Team Adonis. I saw that name pop up and I thought of you. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, oh, I think on Blue Sky I was like, shout out to that person who keeps bringing up Adonis. Honestly, like, I'm because I was like, oh, I recognize this name because of you, and I was like, that's a big deal, isn't it? So yeah, like has been mentioned, he is Slovak. So
Mhm.
fingers crossed, maybe that's a good sign for Slovakia coming back in the future. Who knows? But yeah, he's gonna be representing the Czech Republic. I did go through and listen to his music. I like what I heard. I liked what I heard, and I
Awesome.
think that
Okay,
this is a good
good.
sign. I know
Mhm.
people were a little worried that Czechia might be withdrawing after last year and not qualifying. The fact that you didn't qualify, but then you go and you pull an artist who, well, he won the 2021 season of Superstar, which is the Czech and Slovak. Like instead of how each country has their own version of idols,
Mhm.
Czechia and Slovakia do it together. So they have like a joint show for the Czech
Mhm.
and Slovak population. Um, and so yeah, like he's won that. He's released a number of singles. He's charted consistently in both
Mhm.
countries in the top 100. I think his highest charting single would reach like number 1 in
Mhm.
Slovakia. It was like a number 14 or so in Czechia.
Mhm.
So it has been consistently like someone who's there. Now, I did, like I said, I listened to his new, like most of his discography at this point, as a solo artist because he was in a band before. I'm like, I'm not gonna listen to that. I'm gonna just focus on him
Mhm.
solo. He's released 2 singles this year, Some and Intergalactic Rodeo.
Mhm.
As you can probably tell by the name for Intergalactic Rodeo, it was very much a vibe. But I feel like
Mhm.
Some kind of like was hanging out in this interesting kind of poppy, almost a little like hint touches of country vibe, but he's
Mm,
very much
okay.
a pop artist.
Yeah.
So I am curious to see what he's going to bring. And I was reading about him. He's been singing as well. He's been singing and dancing both since he was a kid. So I am hoping
Mhm.
we're going to get a pretty decent performance out of him because of that.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have seen some discussion that some folks are really wanting him to sing kind of like a big ballad, and I do think he has a kind of voice for that. How he just kind of has a
Yeah,
really
he
rounded
does.
sound. He can hit notes very clearly. This might be one of Czechia's most competitive years, but we also have to keep in mind that just because an artist is big doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to have they can't necessarily take their industry pull and reflect it within a Eurovision performance as a guarantee. It can
Hmm.
happen and it does happen, but at the same time, you can be hit with surprises. But I am feeling confident about Czechia's energy this year for sure.
I mean, I think that a lot of people have been writing off Czechia. I know I
Hmm.
was a little cocky last year, but in my defense, as Mark says, to be fair, Aiko is only 5 points away from not qualifying.
Hmm.
Okay.
I thought she was
I
gonna
feel
make
like
it.
I'm out
Like
here
she
consistently
was in my
saying the Czech
list after
Republic
that
is going to be
performance.
winning this decade.
Yeah, I mean it's we're
Hmm.
still fully within the
I
decade,
agree
and
100% with that
they're
statement.
getting stronger and stronger.
Unfortunately, yeah. So we'll see if it's going to happen by 2030. Fingers crossed it
Hmm.
does, so I can just be proven right. I like being vindicated. Vindicated? That's not the right word.
Vindicated.
Venerated, I think is the word I was going for.
Mm.
I don't know what I was trying to say. Vindicated, yes, thank you. I like being vindicated.
Mhm.
So fingers crossed I'm gonna be right. But I am honestly looking forward to what we're gonna be getting here. I wouldn't
Mhm.
necessarily go full ballad, maybe like a power ballad.
Like Cornelia Jacobs' kind of
We'll see.
essence, I feel
I
like could be beneficial potentially. You know what I mean? Kind of like
Yeah.
something. with feeling, but
Yeah,
also
I
like
know
a
what you
really
mean.
traceable rhythm.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like I don't want to speculate as to what we're going to be getting necessarily, but
Mhm,
I think that this could be a good sign, especially
mhm,
since, I feel like it's a good sign, you know. So we'll see what
mhm.
happens. Right. Let's see here. And Mark does make a good point here as well, which is I'm holding off until I've heard the song. I remember listening to Musti's songs before, and I really liking his stuff, but he gave us nothing. We'll see what
I
happens.
I
We'll
I
see
don't
what
necessarily
happens.
blame Musty for that.
Fingers
I kind of
crossed, I'm
blame the
hoping for the
arrangement of it
best.
all. Peter says he
Everything was a
said there'll be
mess
dance
last
elements,
year.
but
And
combination of
Peter Hadich
something
says
else.
he said that there's going to be dance elements.
This lag
Yeah.
is funny.
So we'll see what happens. Maybe we can see I know this lag. I'm so sorry, guys.
What
Right.
happens?
So maybe it'll be something along the lines of I'm trying to think of a Eurovision entry that's kind of got dance elements and something unique at the same, like something different.
Shroom.
We'll
Shroom,
see what happens.
is the first thing that
I
comes
feel
to
like
mind for me. Because that's dance, but different.
I didn't go shoom. For some reason, the first thing I thought of was rhythm. Oh my god, rhythm inside. I was about to say rhythm of the night, and that is not a
No,
Eurovision
yeah,
song.
Rhythm Inside. I feel like that kind of is more geared toward what the attempt would be, but then they can have no clue.
Just I don't know. I was watching Phantom of the Opera Friday night. It's been a long weekend. Okay. Oh, okay. I can't get distracted. I can't get distracted. Gotta stay focused. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff happening here.
Mhm.
Who do we want to go? What do we want to go to next? I
Let's
don't
see. How
know.
about
Do you want to do
Slovenia?
Serbia next? We can do Serbia next.
Serbia?
Okay, we can do Slovenia. I'm down with that.
Okay, let's do
No. You
Slovenia
said
then.
Slovenia. We'll stick with Slovenia. We'll come back to Serbia later.
Perfect.
Slovenia's got a shorter list of people. We got Yeah. So we got our list of 12 artists who will be competing.
Hmm.
And I see one name on there I recognize very well. But yeah, so we've got our 12 acts. We have Eva Pavli, who will be singing Niti. Kiki, who'll be singing OU, I think. OO. Not sure where to go with that one. John Vidic with Vistidam. Trini with Greece. Clement with How Much Time We Have Left. I feel like that's me every day looking at the clock at work. Zach Vidic with Pussy Dagori. Then Anna with Chow. July Jones. I know people are excited about that one. New Religion. Sven with Divya. Polar Ace with Kind. Astrid and the Scandals, which I think is a great name for a band, with the song Touche. And RAI with a song called Frederick's Dead. Um,
Hmm.
yeah,
Not the
yeah.
broadcaster.
Sorry. Not the broadcaster. Who knows? Maybe it secretly is the broadcaster. And they're like, hey, let's go to Slovenia. They're
Hmm.
neighbors, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are. They
They
are,
border
yeah.
each other. Or am I crazy?
Mm-mm. They do.
Yeah, this lag is killing me. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, if you want to jump out and jump in again, I can see what I can do. Because at this point it's like a 10 seconds at least.
I'm afraid to fix
Okay, then we'll just take it slow.
I think to fix this, I'm going to have to restart my computer.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay.
Let me try one more thing before I do that, and I'll be right.
Hmm. Sounds good. Okay, yeah, you guys. So the Slovenian entries, I know a lot of people really anticipate the July Jones entry. July Jones has been in EMA a couple times in the last few years with very popular reception. I personally was not the biggest fan of July Jones's entries, but I do recognize really good performance value. So New Religion, I feel like is going to be to some degree a revenge arc for all of the losses in the past. But then again, I mean, July Jones's discography outside of Eurovision, I'm also unfamiliar with. A lot of people do want July Jones in Eurovision as a result of July Jones uh, performing in EMA and just kind of seeing all the variation within their performances leading up to this point. So I'm kind of curious to see how they push the risk this time around. Given we also have Clemen. I know Clemen is also really highly anticipated among fans. How much time do we have left? I've read some discourse about that being a little unusual, that we might be heading in the direction of a ballad, and that's kind of unfamiliar, especially for Slovenia in this day and age. I mean, given the fact that we have Anna Soklic with Amen, and what was the other one? No, Voda, that was not. Well, I mean, that was also a ballad, but it would be interesting to see if we head back in the direction of a ballad. With Clement, though, I have not heard a ton of his music. I've heard some, though, and I would not be able to quite decipher what that means yet. But how much time do we have left is a title that sounds ballady, so that is pretty exciting to me anyways. I think Sven is the group, I believe. Sven, Sven, I think, is the group with who uses traditional elements and has like a vocal harmony as one of they managed to use vocal harmony as one of their kind of like strongest suits in the recording studio. But I was just kind of going down the list and seeing. I was talking about July Jones, Clement a little bit, and Sven, but I'm not quite sure if I'm accurate if Sven is the group. Did you have anyone who particularly stood out to you and why?
I mean, July Jones, of course. We've been waiting for
Mhm.
waiting for her to go to Eurovision for how long now?
For many
Uh,
years, and I was talking about that too. We've been waiting many years.
I feel like it's like with Raven, where we're like, why aren't we just sending her?
And then they did.
And then they did. It was like, wow,
Mhm.
right? No, I'm so happy EMA is back though. It's like
Mhm.
even like in years where I have no idea who's competing, I feel like we still get something fresh from EMA. It's like for me, it's probably the national final that brings us sounds we haven't heard at the Eurovision contest ever or
Mhm.
in a very long time quite frequently. And that's
Yeah.
what I like about like what Slovenia does. I mean, like, to be fair, like we've had a K-pop song at Eurovision. It was called Havla Day.
Mhm.
Let's be like 100% honest with that statement. We've had like disco revival. We've had like you never know what you're gonna get from Slovenia.
Mhm.
And like the last year we did EMA, it was so good. Like I still listen consistently to a number of those songs on that playlist.
Mhm. Yeah, winners of the playlist, losers of the playlist. They, like you said, they just know how to bring something from outside of the sound of Eurovision into the contest, but they're very consistent with it, even though the sound itself is not quite consistent. It is the attitude by which the approach is entitled that
Yeah,
creates it.
yeah, and like I'm like Mark does bring up a point, which is I don't understand the format of EMA this year. What is the point of having all of these songs if only two are gonna be voted on?
Because
I
people love
don't
super
know.
finals. Super finals, yay, right? They're the best.
I hate super finals.
Yeah,
I know
exactly.
you were being
Nobody likes them.
sarcastic there.
Yeah.
But it seems silly to have a super final where it's like the jury decides on the two people who then the public has to vote on. It's like, can we not do that? Like, can't we just do a straightforward vote? Because guess what? There's no super final at Eurovision.
Mm.
And I feel like
Mhm.
super finals only lead to disappointment. How often do we have like a national final where something like there's like a solid amount of songs and then we get to the super final and the more bland of the two songs is what goes through because it has mass appeal to boring people.
I,
And
I
like,
think I think it's every case, at least in my Eurovision history, where the super finalist winner was the song that I specifically disliked between the two. Not just didn't want to win, but disliked.
there's times it hasn't happened. Supernova 2019, Supernova
Yeah.
2020. Other than that,
Mhm.
oh, did I say Supernova? I'm so sorry. Song with Captain 2019 and Song with Captain 2020.
2020,
Those,
yes. 2019, yes. But
other than
Supernova,
that,
well, I
no.
mean,
We're talking Song with Captain, not Supernova. Supernova doesn't do a
Carousel,
super final.
yeah, they didn't win a super final, come to think of it. What was I
I
thinking about?
I
But
was trying.
anyways,
I meant to say Song with Captain, but I said Supernova on accident. That's what happened.
with super finals, like you said, the broad appeal is ultimately what kind of disengages the unique element that the other super finalists might have. But that's just kind of the nature of how these things line up. But as a winner of a super finalist said, step one, believe in it and sing it all day long.
Okay, you know what? Nanolo actually brings up a good point. We are incorrect about this because Sanremo Super Final works very well, for example, is what Nanolo has to say.
I
And
don't
I would
disagree.
agree with that.
Yeah.
Also, though, aren't there like 5 songs in this? I can't watch Sanremo. I don't have the attention span for it. Aren't there like 5 songs in their super final thing? It's like the top 5 songs that get voted on again, or is it only 3?
Something is telling me 3, but something's telling me 5. And this is sad because I watch Sanremo every year, like pretty much the whole show, and I never remember this.
I feel
There's
really
so many
bad.
details. There's always details to remember, you guys. It's hard.
Okay, it was 3 songs before 2023, and now it's 5. That's what Nanolo says.
Oh, grazie. Okay, perfect.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. I think what also helps when it comes to Sanremo is you're with those songs for like 5 nights straight.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas with most national finals, it's like over the course of like weeks or
Yeah.
one day. And like in
Yeah,
the
you
one
have
day,
no time to stew with
yeah.
it. You have exactly 1 week to sit with all of these, and it's always overwhelming every single time because you're hit with just all this quality, but just in like a really tall shot of it. You don't get to sip it throughout the week. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think if you're having a super final with like more variety, it can work out better.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like a super final where it's only 2 songs to choose from, of the 2 songs, you're gonna get the one that has more mass appeal,
Mm-hmm.
which could be a positive. But like if you're comparing a 2-song super final, which is more appealing, it's gonna probably be the more boring song. Versus when you get to Eurovision, you have to go against 26 others.
Yeah.
I have things about
the
super finals.
formula of super finals is just less than becoming for any country who's trying to send something specifically unique and good. Because I
Also,
mean, you can send generic and good with the super final, which is it happens.
also with the super final, it's only 2 songs. You can
Mm-hmm.
vote against songs. I'm
Mm-hmm.
looking at you, Song But Kept in 2024.
Been there before and never got it right. What can I say?
Yeah. But like you can vote against songs if it's only 2.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Yeah.
is like, oh, I hate this person. Let me rally behind this other person or whatever.
Yeah. And that is it just doesn't feel healthy for the ecosystem. But we are just gonna see how that turns out.
Yeah.
I'm not comfortable with it, but there we go.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm also just looking at more comments here from Nolo. Also, the number of votes is huge. In 2024, around 9 million were cast. That's a lot of people. And Sanremo, meanwhile, for Benidorm Fest, had like 10,000 votes each time. Yeah, I think also Sanremo is an established festival. So more people go, oh, pick up the phone when we call for something at Sanremo. Whereas like Benidorm Fest is what, on their fourth year?
Fourth year, I
Fourth
think.
year. And like EMA took a break for a couple of years. We'll see what happens. And like also population wise, but I think the population of Spain and Italy are pretty comparable.
I think like you said, with Sanremo being so established and without it ever really having dropped from the culture for decades after decades, it just becomes kind of like a part of the Italian calendar as opposed to Benidorm, which despite it being great, despite it having all of this visual pull, hasn't quite built the rank to that yet. Like it needs experience and it needs time. So I mean, if they stick with it, then it might be able to attain that. But Sanremo is this specific and is this good because it has had all this time.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I don't really have much more to say about Slovenia.
Neither do I.
Do you want to hit on Malta?
Yes. Yes, I do.
I know exactly what song you're thinking about too, baby.
Oh my God, you guys. So MESC is back. As you know, one of the messiest, one of the bestiest national finals that we get all year. We have a number of 24. We have 24 acts in MESC this year. A lot of returnees because this is Malta and everyone's neighbors and everyone is coworkers. So May I read the list?
Go ahead, baby.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So we have the Adria twins with Alb McAlb. We have Alexandra Alden with Magnolia. We have Dre Kurmi with Te Amo. Haley Azopardi with Whistleblower. Justine Shorford with Still I Rise. JVF, as in Jessica Vittorio and Fabrizio with Festa. I think his name is Vittorio. I think it is. We have Cantera with Lala.
I'm sorry, you did not properly give us the name for Festa. What are the parentheses?
No time for siesta. Festa, no
Thank
time for
you.
siesta. Okay. Just so we're clear, Festa, no time for siesta. But in parentheses. Next we have Cantera with Lala Rata Takeke Lala Rata Kaboom. We have Kelsey Belante with 365. Kelsey Attard with Love Me Loud. Krista Shuyak with Unheard. Christy Spiteri with Heaven Sent. Kurt Anthony Casar with Miehek Peace. Kurt Calleja with, or Calleja, like I don't know if you pronounce it the Spanish way, with Aziza. Marie Claire singing Wildflower. Mark Anthony Bartolo with Hideaway. Martina Borg with Yo Listen. Matthew Cilia with Control. Miguel Bonello with Breaking the Cycle. Miriana Conte with Kant. Nathan Psyla with Concrete. Raquela Dali with Silence. Stefan Galea singing Love Love / in parentheses Talk Talk. The Alchemists with Rubble and Stone. And finally, Victoria Severas with Juno. You notice how there's like 3 sets of double names
Yeah,
in MESC this year.
it's a MESC, baby.
What are your
It's a
thoughts?
MESC.
Like, let me pull your thoughts out. What do we got?
I don't know what's happening in Malta.
We're not supposed to know. We're never supposed to know. Okay.
I feel like Malta's always chaos. I am curious about La La Rata Taka KK. Oh, La La Rata Ta KK La La Rata Taka Boom. That is gonna be a tongue twister to say. Low key, I'm reading for that song just based off the name alone. Sorry, my sister closed her door. It's like loud. Festa, no time for siesta. I'm assuming we're partying.
Well, I mean, it's built with 3 ultimate veterans of MESC. They all came together and decided, you know what, this is it, you guys. Because Jessica and Fabrizio have both been to Eurovision.
Is this Jessica's 10th time at MESC?
It's something like that. Yeah, I don't.
How many
is she
times
still
is
like
Jessica?
A kindergarten teacher or something too?
I feel like she's still
I know
a teacher.
she's like a public school teacher or something.
Shout out to her. That's the real goal.
It's like, and she's been to Eurovision. She keeps coming back because she got the music, baby. She has the music.
I need to figure out how many times Jessica's been to MESC.
It's been a number of times.
You can keep talking while I investigate the situation.
What I love about Jessica are these garage band songs like Unapologetic and Kaleidoscope and Who We Are, like just the garage band of it all. I could never hate Jessica. Well, then again, I mean, I feel like the MESC post songwriting camp studio uses GarageBand for everybody, but like for some reason, Jessica specifically, her music just kind of hits a chord within me that entertains my inner child and nobody else.
This will be her 14th try.
Jessica's 14th try at MESC.
And in 2017, she had multiple songs.
Oh wait, no, yeah, I remember seeing like a statistic about 2017, like with her as an entrant. But then again, MESC 2017, I don't talk about MESC that year. Okay, trauma.
None of us talk about MESC that year. Oh wait, and then she did try to go to junior as well. Do we count her trying to go to junior?
Let's just do it for this stream. Let's just do it today.
15.
Yeah, 15. Let's let it slide this time. But
yep.
If there's one that I could pick out that I'm especially anticipating, Marie Claire, Wildflower. I know that seems random as all hell, but Fading was one of the best songs to come out of national final season last year. I get that it didn't even qualify to the final in MESC, but you know what, Marie? I'm holding out for you, girl. I am holding out for you because you haven't been to Eurovision yet, and there are a lot of people in this list have.
Yeah. I mean, I
I'm
just
getting.
it's Malta.
Why am I getting heated?
I
I love
honestly,
MESC so much. I love this show
I do
so much.
too. I do
I
too.
could never turn it away.
I love the ads,
Mhm.
the mid-song ads. Oh, MESC is special.
I think they
But no
advertised like
national final.
Indomie at some point. Like they advertised Indonesian noodles at some point, and I was living.
A good time with it. And like the thing is, like everyone in Malta can sing, so you're
hmm
not gonna hear any bad notes really. Um,
hmm
yeah. I just I kind of I feel like I have to root for Malta. Like they haven't been in the final in so long, and they deserve it.
hmm
They really
Yeah,
do.
they deserve
Especially
it,
the
and
last
also
2 years.
yeah, the last 2 years especially, they've they've taken risks, but then again, like I wasn't the biggest fan of the busker, but I do understand the impact. I do
Yeah.
understand why there was all that pull, and it's because personality means a lot in Eurovision. Sometimes that can supersede other traits that we might analyze for the scientific purpose of analysis in our streams for Eurovision. But hey,
Yeah, I have a comment from Lewis, which is I went on holiday to Malta last month, and it's a beautiful country. Would
mhm.
be lovely to have a Eurovision there one year.
It can
I
happen.
agree
It
100 with
can
that statement.
happen.
Again,
It might happen,
where's
Lewis.
my super group of Maltese divas? Make it happen. Um, and I do
Yeah,
agree.
where's like the
Another
girl
comment.
group? You know, we're missing like a girl group in Malta this year.
And then we have here from Lewis. Also, the Maltese language is gorgeous, and they need to send the song in Maltese one year. Couldn't agree more. I love
hmm
the Maltese language. It's like one of my
hmm
favorite European languages. Like it's just so it's different from so many others, but kind of like has the same flow. I just really like the way it sounds.
hmm It is one of the most unique languages in the world, and
Yeah.
I love the sound of it. It is incredibly musical.
Now I'm like, what language family is the Maltese language in? I am so curious.
It's technically in the Semitic language family,
I
but it has
thought
a lot of
so.
carryover from Italian because of proximity and culture and British English as well. Like I remember
Yeah.
hearing about this on when I was taking a tour in Valletta when I was a tourist
Ooh, so you've also been in Malta.
for a brief period of time, but yes,
See, I want to go. I feel like
it's gorgeous. It's one of the most beautiful cities I've ever seen, and Malta just in general. I I would I would totally move there, but I'm not going to stress the Maltese public system by doing that.
oh my
Uh,
goodness.
we can move on.
I was just looking at some stats about Malta and the
Mhm,
Maltese language. I'm sorry. I was like, let me look over, see what's happening over there. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Again, I feel like it's something we're gonna be saying a lot.
mhm,
We tend to get the songs from Malta a little early.
mhm.
So I'm probably gonna see those beginning of January. I think. I'm
Yeah.
really curious as that. And like the other thing I like about the Maltese selection is we get the songs early enough that they're kind of demos.
Mhm.
And so by the time we actually get to the show, they're completely different.
Like the
Um,
snippets were funny as hell. I'm sorry. Like just hearing those snippets, I was taken completely away.
I think the thing I also like about Malta, I like when I'm watching MESC, it feels almost like I'm watching some obscure like channel that
Has an
like
open mic.
it's like public access karaoke, but everyone's so it's like public access karaoke, but everyone's an amazing vocalist.
Oh my god, that's a perfect way to put it.
And
Public
so like
access karaoke.
I love it because of that. It just has like this kind of like feel of
It's this
like
like community charm, you know? Like everyone's
yes.
in this together, enjoying each other's presence while we make music together. That's
And
what
that's
makes it
why I
so
like it.
joyful.
It makes you feel like you're part of like you're a part of the population.
Mhm.
And it's like a
With
local
their
experience.
their little sponsored wines on the little white tables, like, oh gosh, everyone's just together having fun again this
Well, you
winter.
have to have the sponsorships to be able to pay for the karaoke contest. That's public access. You
And
know?
Malta's not scared of sponsorships. They are not scared of sponsorship.
And what's a PBS is a national broadcaster? I don't know about where you live, but that's our public access channel where I live. Relatable. Yeah, so we'll see what happens there.
Thank you, Malta. As always, thank you.
We got the list of people for Lithuania.
We did.
45 names.
45 names, you guys. We don't have the time economy to be reading off 45 names, but you can find the list via our friend Google. So if you want to hit up anything new, then go ahead, take a look at that list. But yeah, with this list, interesting.
I'm gonna just bring up a couple of familiar names. Ewa, hello.
Yes.
Can you tell me lie? I don't know. Tell me lie does not sound grammatically correct, but that's okay. It looks like Gabrizi's back. Not shocked to see that name. Eva Zasumaskaite is back. With a song called Don't You Ever Leave Me. Didn't she get divorced?
Yeah, she got divorced after singing When We're Old at Eurovision 2018 in Lisbon, the song that's about eternal love.
I shouldn't laugh.
I shouldn't laugh either, because divorce is sad. Divorce is scary, but...
Oh, no, I'm pro-divorce. So, like...
But I didn't want her to suffer.
No. I'm not saying she necessarily suffered. So, like, on TikTok, my TikTok For You page has all been this, like, Nigerian Nollywood movie song about killing your husband. And, like, so it's just, like, at least she got divorced and she didn't go with the Nollywood answer. But it is a catchy song.
I mean, given Nollywood divorces, I kind of have had a different entry point into that type of media, but it's hilarious, you guys. You need to check out just kind of like Nigerian. Well, then again, I was introduced to it via a Nigerian anime, so it's a very different property overall. But
there is a Nigerian movie that came out earlier this year that's in Korean.
Oh wait, no, I've seen clips of it, and I was completely taken aback because they were speaking like Hangul.
Like straight up speaking in Korean, and the whole thing's in Korean, and it's like basically like watching a Nigerian production of a Korean drama. It is amazing. I don't know what's happening. I just shout out to Nigeria. I'm just looking at this list. Somebody did bring up a great point as well, which is no Monikas. We don't have a single Monica.
Which, I mean, is this the end of the world? Like, we don't have a single Monica in the Lithuanian national final this year, which is surprising because given Monica Linkytė, Monica Liu, and then Monica Maria, who competed last year, where are we? Where are we going? Like, I feel
where
lost.
Have all the Monicas gone?
Yeah.
Where have they gone? All the Monicas gone?
Is this a bad sign?
I feel like I'm afraid. I'm a little concerned. We don't have a single Monica. It looks like we have Thomas Jason's dad in here as well.
Yeah, Thomas G.
Sorry. Thank you, corny joke. Petunia's back.
Yes, Petunia is back.
I want to see what she's gonna do.
Queens of Roses is back. San Francisco, I loved last year. Oh my gosh, their song last year, I just adored, truly adored. Vilja's back. If you guys remember the Eurovision song with the least amount of melody in every Eurovision song ever, attention.
I just
like the least hummable song I think I've ever heard in my 27 years of being alive.
It's just Reign of Revolution's up there.
Reign of Revolution, that song is a fever dream. And like, what's crazy to me about Reign of Revolution is that it looked like it was produced on a PS1. Like it looks badly rendered for some reason. Like it doesn't look properly rendered as like a live stage show. It's just like, why does this look like low graphics?
I honestly
love Reign of Revolution though, just because it fills that space in my head where it's just like, okay, I'm in a fighting game from like 1996.
Here's the secret with Radio Revolution. It's hard to get, but once you get it, it's like, oh, this is the best thing that's ever been made. It just takes a while to get there.
It took me
Yeah,
like
no.
5 years to get it.
And now you understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I honestly, we'll see what happens. 45. And like, when
How does
this
Lithuania do it? And the hosts, they do this every heat too. They got to bring the energy. The production team, they spend so much money doing this, but it's so many acts. Do they say no to anybody?
I'm sure they have to. I imagine they
yeah.
have to. There's no Monica's, so someone had to be told no.
But a lot of returnees. So, and among the returnees, folks who have not been to Eurovision yet. So, oh, hi, Ice Day. I forgot to see that you're back. Welcome back.
Oh, we missed the name of a familiar face. Yeah. So that's what's happening in Lithuania. Pure chaos. I wouldn't have it any other way when it comes to a Lithuanian national final.
Because they always come out with quality too. Like generally with the Lithuanian national final, despite it being like huge and messy, they come out with something that's like pretty nice quality.
Yep. They might change their name frequently, but you know what? You're always going to get something interesting when it comes to Lithuania at Eurovision. All right. Now,
love you.
I guess we're going to finish off on Serbia. That's the last thing we have here.
I do believe so, because the week following, we are going to have to close the stream to take an hour break so that we could start the first national final that is not probably going to be a situation, which is in Albania. But
you never know. It could be a situation.
It could be a situation, especially given the trajectory, but we'll see about that.
Don't say it's not going to be a situation in Albania.
No, it's already been a situation. It's already been a situation, and they haven't performed yet. But I digress on that because I'm not inviting that energy here.
Yeah. So you got the list of artists who will be competing at Pesma EUROVIZIJ. Is that right? Hopefully I did. Who knows? Right. So I'm sorry. I'm trying to pull up my notes again.
So yeah, PZE, we are on a big plate, you guys. We have 30 acts.
Yeah, which, I mean, that's only 15 more than we have in, that's just 15 less than we have in Lithuania. So, hey, at least we're, trimming off some of the excess. All right. So, how should we go with this? I guess just, want to say the names?
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll say the names.
Okay.
So, Alt Control will be singing Mamurna Jutra. Anna and the Changes has Brinem. Biba will be singing Dame se vratiš. Bojana and David are back singing Šešto Čulo. Butch Cassidy with Tužne ljubavi. Drum has Vanya. Dusan Kurtic will be singing Boginja. Jet Vega has Roller Coaster. Filari has Meet and Greet. Gift and Roses will be singing Do kraja vremena. Harem Girls will be singing Aladdin. Igor Simic will be singing Ne mogu. Iskaz has Trendsetter. Ivana Štrbac will be singing La La La. Jelena Pajic has Chameleon. Cruz Rodi has Sve Jotna. Maja Nikolic will be singing Žali srce moje. Mila has Gaia. Mila Nikolic y Banda will be singing Storia del Amor. Mimia Mercedes will be singing Turbo Jurka. Natasha Kojic will be singing Up and Down. Nikola Antonievich Anton has Ugrad. Uhayo has Mama. Prince will be singing Mila. Sedlar will be singing Oči boje zemlje. Tam will be singing Durum Durum. Tanya Banyamin will be singing Ja sam bolja. Tropical Band has a song called AI. Vampiri has a song called Tebi treba nako kao ja. And finally, Vukalia has Mask. Okay, I feel like I didn't need to exactly read through that entire list, but I did it anyways. What are your thoughts?
I just realized, puns as you were saying names and things. I was like, Butch Cassidy. Butch Cassidy, the outlaw. Cool. I just had that realization pop up as you were saying those. I was like, oh, Why didn't I notice that before? Let me sound it up. It's like with the. I swear that happens every year with somebody's stage name or band name in Pesma. I don't know. I mean, I'm down. I feel like there's names I recognize that have bring in things I enjoy. Like I liked Prince last time he was there.
23. He was there in 23, and yeah, that was my favorite song to come out of that. I'm sorry, Luke. I'm sorry. I loved you in Eurovision, but Prince had my favorite song at PCE that year.
Yeah. Not my favorite song, but up there. I really enjoyed what he had brought. I'm just trying to look and see because I have like somebody made a lovely little like kind of.
I just hope he
about
comes back again looking Skyrim as hell, because that was just glorious to me.
Skyrim. Serbia is gonna start bringing us video game artists or video game.
Honestly, he looked so Dragonborn, and I was totally here for it.
Oh my gosh, I've never played Skyrim.
It is fun. It is you get to be destructive, but I digress because I could go on a rabbit hole on that. But he did possess kind of like that medievalish vibe. If he leans into it again this year, I might like it because of just how the song was orchestrated around this theme, and it was very well done. So that's someone I look forward to.
Yeah, I'm like looking here. There's a few people listed who are like who are newbies. They've not been around for a very long time. We've got a couple of rock bands in here.
Yep.
Looks like a folk group will also be showing up. Some rap music as well.
I'm seeing a good amount of diversity. Really good diversity, PZE.
Yeah. I am seeing the same kind of thing. Like I'm seeing like a lot of also people who are established in here. So I'm interested to see where this is going to be going.
Yeah. I'm interested also because after Ramonda was a very unique experience in the year 2024. You don't experience a ballad like that from Serbia in the last like 20 years or so. It's very rare to hear something like that from Serbia in this day and age. So however they want to follow that up, I'm really interested.
Yeah, same. I'm really curious of what's going to be going on here. I do know, like, if you go and you look up, like, someone on Reddit had made, like, a nice thread. I don't want to, like, steal their stuff. Let me see what is their username here. The username is Relix1905 on Reddit. So go r/Eurovision. There is a breakdown of everybody. They were kind enough to kind of put in a list of all the competing acts and kind of what kind of things we might expect from them.
Thank you, writer.
Yeah. And yeah, so it's like I would say look there. Like I said, I don't want to really steal anything from this person, but I did look at their list and kind of use that as a guiding point to see, what I'm curious about seeing.
I'm also curious about Bojana and David. They're back. That was one of Alicia's favorite songs last year to come out of Serbia.
Yeah.
Which confused me. Like I disagree with her taste completely there. But the fact that they still remained a duo, they sound great together. They really do. I'm curious about them too.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'm just trying to think of like anything else.
We can at this point touch on what might be happening in Albania next week, because by the time we close the stream next week is when they'll be deciding. So we got 10 minutes.
Okay, yeah. We got 10 minutes. I don't know. I haven't. Fun fact: I started a new job like a few weeks ago, so I've been kind of just busy with that, and not really like in the Eurovision sphere. And I'm just like, I am lost. I'm confused. I haven't seen any drama. I'm also not on Twitter anymore, so I don't know what's happening in Albania.
You're just experiencing like the mental health boost that's being away from it.
Yeah, I've been on Blue Sky mostly. Blue Sky isn't chaos.
Well, because everyone's just finding their space. Everyone's like needing to like pack up their stuff and go to their new room, kind of a thing,
Yeah, I guess. I mean, on Blue Sky, it's more like all the drama I'm seeing is like
shifted there.
Fighting. Like,
it could be worse. It could be what Twitter has become, which is literally just like a vacuum of fascism. But yeah,
Yeah.
we're transitioning away from that, and I'm at least happy that despite the chaos, leftist infighting, I can handle it. Like y'all don't scare me.
Yeah. I mean, hey, but I'm curious to see what's gonna happen. I tend to like Vic. It's
I
always an
love
interesting day.
so much. Fickmas is so true. Like it is never Christmas until it's Fickmas. I was trying to tell my writers organization this. It's just like, so I have Fickmas, you guys, and they were like, oh, like so you're gonna be finishing your fiction work during this, and I was like, no,
No. I mean, Fickmas,
actually,
to be
no.
fair, let's replace the K with a C, and you will have like
It's
fan fiction writers
yeah, it
on it,
sounds like
Fickmas.
Fickmas, as in like, oh yeah, you'll be crafting fiction during this. Has nothing to do with that. I had to say flat and outright, no, actually, Albania will be selecting the Eurovision song among 30 acts, and among those acts might be a Eurovision winner. Do you, Lily, think we have a Eurovision winner among this list?
No.
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 Ooh, I know
I
some
don't
people
mean to be.
disagree.
I mean, who's gonna win?
George Kaczynari. No, I don't know. Mal.
You know what? The way Europeans act when they see a man with his shirt showing an arm, possibly.
Girl, stand
That's a
up.
possibility.
Stand
That's
up.
it's a possibility. I've seen the way people act because of Marco Mangioni's arms.
Well, then again, he was so insane for posting that one photo before he went on to the final. You know the one. It was like 2 hours before the final. Everyone just was like, why would you do that? And then he got 4th place. So
that's why he did that. I don't know.
he's
don't
funny as hell. Like I
understand.
don't care.
He
He is
really
so funny.
is.
He's funny as hell.
I'm curious to see what's gonna be happening. I'm just like kind of like, you know what? Why not send Elvana? Why not, why
Elvana,
not
I
Malta?
know, really, really, really wants this ticket, and so does Orgessa with that song. Ifar, I believe it's called.
Either
Brilliant,
one of them, I would
brilliant.
love to see.
Cleanza had my favorite song last year. Her song this year is also very, very good. Oh my God, Škoda Elektronike with Zjerm. I have never heard anything like that before. I've heard 0 things like that song before. It is completely unique to my soundscape, and therefore I would also not mind if it wins. Zjerm, thank you, Mark. I wonder what
Mark
Zjerm
agrees with
means.
that.
I've not translated any of these titles, so I'm not all briefed into what the meaning of these songs really are. But just sonically, Zjerm has this like very awesome dissonance about it that is just irreplicable, I think. Škoda Elektronike, if they don't win this year, then I would like them to come back to FIC to win, because this is it for me. Like this is one of the best songs that I've heard so far this year.
Yeah, I honestly am one of those people who's like, I never know what to expect because I always like feel like my choices or like my favorites change when we do actually get to the show when it comes to FIC. And like I said, I haven't really been living in the FIC playlist this year so far. So we'll see. I mean, I want to see what our guest is gonna be wearing.
Because she has like
Like what I'm
Edna
looking forward
Mode
to the
levels
most.
of like fashion risk, you know? Like
She looks like Edna Mode.
she looks like Edna Mode too, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, so I'm curious to see what's gonna happen. I'd be down for basically anything at this point. Yeah.
Elvana has had a lot of momentum, especially coming out of the 2020 season. Everyone remembers the discourse that kind of appeared there, and that did turn into kind of a messy season because of just kind of the unfolding. But yeah,
Maybe if she would have won, the contest wouldn't have been canceled.
because Metana, you guys,
It's still on my playlist.
That could have won
I still
Eurovision
listen
that
to it.
year. Alicia says
No,
Davi would have won.
I say Davi would have won.
I feel like Elvana would have given him a run for his money at the very least.
I think it would have been a 3-horse race.
Because who else was? Oh, Tears Getting Sober too.
That wasn't gonna.
Really? I feel like at least
Oh.
the jury, maybe.
Maybe for the jury.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Juries, like, I'm just thinking about, like, the televote. No, I feel like the jury would have gotten behind out of all the songs. I really, truly think that we would have been looking at a win for Dathi because Think About Things had both jury appeal and public appeal,
Mhm.
as far as I'm concerned.
Also, Dathi puts
Um,
on an awesome concert, you guys. When he came out here to San Francisco, I actually did see him, and it would have been a deserved win because of how I just see him on that stage outside of the 3 minutes of Eurovision. He possesses a star quality, so
Yeah.
it definitely would have been possible. But I do feel like Elvana would have given him at least a run for his money in the televote in 2020 if she made it.
That's what I'm saying. I think the televote would have been a 3-horse race.
Yeah.
Probably Maitana, I could see having been, your people who tone in for something kind of folky. They would have definitely gravitated towards that. Also, Little Big probably would have gotten a lot of televote love too.
Yeah.
Even though I can't stand that song.
Yeah, it's very bad. It's very theme parky.
It's not that I just don't like that genre. But then again, eventually Europapa did wear me down.
Yeah. Me too, but like it was just long-term exposure, I think, which kind of granted us that access, not necessarily taste.
Yeah.
But the thing with Carnival this year, it's a lot more masculine than Metana sounding. It just has that kind of like football-y kind of jeer, like crowd vibe. Everyone's jumping, everyone sings together because it's very simple Spanish lyrics on top of like a chanted beat, which is it feels more masculine than Metana, I would argue.
I mean,
but
yeah, I guess because it's like I usually associate that sound with like men.
That's kind of where I was going with it.
Yeah, no, I get that. I mean, if she wins, she could very well be the 2020s version of Ola Ola. Oh my gosh, Ola Ole Ola, the French song, whatever it's called, the French song from 2020,
Ole,
from
ole,
2010.
ole. Yeah.
Yeah, we need another one of those. We haven't had one of those in a long time.
Yeah, we haven't had a good football song, you guys. Like, Elvana could be that. And the thing is, if she does go to Eurovision, she's making it to the final. Like, I'm almost not contesting that at all. This just has such a broad appeal. I don't see it not qualifying, not necessarily even with, like, I don't even really think it would need Neighbors or Friends, just because it's so ridiculously accessible.
Yeah, I mean,
but it's more accessible than it is artistically important, I would say.
Yeah, that's my thing. Is like I don't know what I mean about if I necessarily want Carnival to win or not. But hey,
it's not my favorite, but I do see it doing well for Albania if it does win. But it is more strategic than it is artistic.
Yeah. Whatever it is, it'll still be catchy and do what it needs to do. So we'll have to take a look at that. But yeah, it has been about an hour. Thank you for joining us this week. And it was kind of like a weird one. Apologies for the lagging at the beginning of the stream.
I mean, it was a weird week.
It was a weird week. It was a very weird week. We'll be back again next week. We were supposed to get the Vidbeer artist this week, I think, because the deadline was the 11th. That didn't happen, so we'll see what actually happens.
We'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah, I really want to know. I'm looking forward to Vidbeer. I always look forward to Vidbeer.
Vidbeer is one of the best national finals ever, you guys. We'll talk about that when the time comes.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm not really sure what's on the docket this week. It's mostly just Sanremo Giovanni concludes on Tuesday, and we have on Sunday Fick.
We have Fick on Sunday, and then we are going to be talking about that too, because we will have had all of the shows prior to the final by that point.
That is true. So yeah, we'll see you guys again next week. Bye.
Bye, guys.